Hi, I'm Amelia.
And I'm Donovan.
And welcome to Live Well and Live Frugal. So, quick update. We haven't done a video in forever.
Way too long.
I did one a couple days ago saying I'm back now. We're back. And we've just been really busy. I got sick. Don's been busy with school and work. We've been having crazy weather. Like, the beginning of this week, we had a thunderstorm. Okay, it's been like 70 and 80s in Kansas. And at the beginning of this week, we had a thunderstorm with tornado warnings. Our sirens are going off.
And then what happens today? It snows.
Like, actual snows. Nothing stuck, but it was like actual snowy. So, and it's cold. We've just been having crazy weather. But I feel like everybody's been having crazy weather. So, anyways, today we're going to be doing a very long video. So if you don't like long videos, probably not the video for you. And we're going to be talking about, like, survival kit. I wouldn't really call them survival kits. Maybe like emergency kits.
Stuff you might need.
And whether you're going hiking and you get lost and you need some supplies, or in your car, camping, yeah, anything really.
Hunting, fishing. So
we're going to show you 3 different ones. The last one's kind of a fun one that we're going to try to do. There's going to be a lot of demonstrations and all kinds of things. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one is kind of a very small kit. I'm actually using a old makeup compact, and this one's like a metal container, and I don't know, it's probably about 4 inches by 2.5 inches, and it's very little and thin. See how thin it is? But you can use like a small tin. I just like this one because it's a really big mirror in it. And a mirror might be good if you get lost, and especially if you're like hiking. It's just a good like signal. You know, you can reflect and use it. So, and it's just a good thing to have, I think. Sorry, our cat's jumping around. One of them. So the next thing I have are my fire starting sticks, or not sticks, papers, and I have just regular, like, a little bit thicker, it's not cardstock, but it's a little bit thicker recycled paper with a wax coating on it. Now, I like these for this kit because they're nice and thin, but they also burn really hot. They don't last as long as like traditional paper, so you might want to stick a couple things of paper for starting your fire in there as well. But this is what it originally looks like. It burns really high and it just keeps burning. So it's good. I feel like for me it's good to start fires because I know I'm going to have a flame to put my kindling over. Then I always put a gauze pad. Now if you can use Band-Aids, be sure to put a Band-Aid in there. I personally cannot use Band-Aids because they make me break out, so I always have gauze. And then my suggestion would be to have some small straws of antibiotic ointment, and this is the actual 2%, but just triple antibiotic ointment will work too. And you just melt the ends, and you can sit those in there.
And these are homemade, and you can make however many of these you feel comfortable with or can fit in your tin. Can be longer if you want longer pieces.
And you can put whatever you want in them, like any kind of medicine you want. Also, I decided to put some Prid in there in case I got something that was infected. and bring the infection to the surface. If you're not sure what Prid is, look at my video about my favorite ointments. I will put it in the card wherever it's at in the view for under the eye. Okay, next I'm going to put some needle and thread because you never know. And I actually want to put another needle in there. And this needle case, you know, we are very frugal. I don't like spending a lot of money. So like on supplies. Sometimes you have to, but there we go. Here, I let him work on that. Anyways, I got this little sewing kit from the Dollar Tree. And it has, I mean, it's just like a little kid sewing kit. It has just like needle, thread, safety pins. That's always a good thing to have too. And it came with this whole set of needles. And it was all $1. So that's a good buy for needles. So I'm going to put another one in there. And I just have regular thread. I would suggest maybe putting some fishing line in there as well. And then next, I'm going to put a piece of gum in mine. And I made sure mine was a not a sugar-free gum. That way I can have, you know, a little pick-me-up if I need to. Okay, so the next thing we need to think about is how are we going to start our fire? Well, this whole thing of matches at the Dollar Tree for $1. You can also get the big ones as well. Just looking for something to cut the package open. Okay, so I'm going to put a few of these in there. Quite a few. Now, if you want to use waterproof matches, that's always a good option. I'm just using regular matches because I'm not planning on taking this anywhere I'm going to get it wet. So I'm putting quite a few in there. And then you need some way to light the matches. And I would suggest just taking the strips off of a box. You can take both or one. And putting those in there. And I'm actually going to leave some of the cardboard on it just to give something to hold on to. Not all of it though. Just easy, more surface area. And I'm going to stick those in there. I might have to reorganize. They fit nice and neatly down in there. And I always like to put both of them just in case one doesn't work. Or I mess one up. You never know. Actually, I'm going to put a few more of those in there. And I think I'm missing just one other thing. Find it real quick. I'm going to put a razor blade in there. Since I can't fit a knife in this kit, I do want to have a small blade, either to cut the thread or just to have, just in case, you never know. And I just close it up, and I'm going to put a hair tie around it. Now, my hair tie actually has a function to pull my hair out of my face, or I also can use it kind of as a grip for my razor blade. That's why I have something else to hold on to. And you just carefully another hair tie. This one's old. It's coming apart.
Go.
Okay, so I got a different hair tie because that one broke. That's another important tip. Make sure your stuff's not going to break. But anyways, that just gives me a little bit more something to grab onto when using a razor blade. Instead of just grabbing onto the metal. Or it can help, kind of help as a buffer too for you to cut your fingertips. But the main function of it is to hold the kit all nicely together for nothing. It doesn't pop open and spill out. So that is how you make a very small, and you can throw this in a pocket of your pants. You can probably throw it in a pocket of a backpack or just in a bag, your purse, really wherever. So that's how you make my mini emergency kit. Go.
Okay, so we got another small container here. It's a little bit bigger than the last one we showed you. And we're just going to make a little bit of a bigger one. Mainly, you can just use just about anything that you can find to help you make one of these to hold it in. Like I said, this is a little bit bigger one. That way we can have a little bit more space. So I'm going to show you what we keep in this one. Start with these. Just like in the other one, we keep some paper as well as some wax dipped paper to help with fire starting. And some tinder. Got some gauze pads. Can be used for just about any kind of cut, scrapes, anything like that, just to help keep them clean and sterile. You want to usually try to get more than one, just in case you have to replace the one you're using. We got this is like a blister band-aid. This helps keep I don't know if you guys can see that very well. It gives a watertight seal, water resistant seal around whatever you're covering. It's good for blisters, but it's also good for small cuts, and these come in varying sizes. It's also latex free, and it uses also a different kind of adhesive than regular band-aids do. So for like people like Amy that gets some reactions with regular band-aids, this does not give her the same kind. So I'd suggest if you've had a reaction like that to band-aids, try something like this. They seem to work good and don't give that reaction to her. We also got some 550 cord. For those of you that don't know, this is also known as parachute cord. It's a very strong kind of rope. You can use this just for just about anything, as well as if you can see the insides come out. It's good for like fishing line or tying up small things if you need to as well. So that fits in there. We wrapped that up perfectly, so that would fit in there. Got same style sewing kit. Just if you cut yourself and need to sew yourself back up.
If you dare.
And then same kind of antibiotics as described in the last one. Like I said, with this one you can make it bigger. You can make multiple of them, especially if you have a bigger family size. More of these, if you have the room for them, is always nice. We got a little bit of fishing line here. This would be enough to put a hook on. And if you happen to have a pole with you, or any kind of stick would really work for fishing, as well as you can also just tie it off to a tree. Something like this is also good for trapping, to make smaller traps for smaller animals, rabbits, squirrels, that kind of thing. We got a whole matchbook in this one. as well as in the matchbook is where I'm keeping the our fishing hooks. This just keeps them out of the way, keeps us from stabbing them into ourselves while we're going through here. They're just perfect size to fit in there with the matches. Got 2 of them in there with all the matches. This one we also add lighter. Lighter is always a good thing and usually a lot easier to use than matches. But you don't want to rely on a lighter, especially the lighters will eventually go out if it's a used lighter.
Or even new.
Or even new. Some of them, if it's too windy, it's harder, whereas a match, you can kind of get down there into the tinder. We got headlamp in this one. Made to hook on tinny kind of hat. I think we bought this one for $1 at Walmart. We just found it around hunting season. It's a pretty good little light to have. You never know when you'll need a flashlight, a light. We got fire starter stick in this one, which is a magnesium stick. Basically, it can be used with any kind of metal to strike against it. This one actually came with a knife that we had, but the knife's too big to go into the kit. We have tested it with the razor blade, and it will produce a spark. It's good because something like this, if it gets wet, you just rub the water off it and you can keep going, whereas matches or lighter may not work if it's rainy, wet. We got fishing lure, or
shad.
a fake minnow. I guess it's not lure. Just help with fishing it. You know, with these kits, you're kind of just putting anything that you may need. Especially the bigger you get, the more stuff you can fit into them. The better. You want to try coming up with anything that you might need if you're out there. We have same kind of gum, just stick in here. You know, if you get to the point where you're getting hungry, you know, you might need just that little boost of sugar from the gum. And then on the top, what we've done is we've taken some of, I think this is the medical tape, which is actually like the paper tape. And we've just stuck a few strips, as you can see, to the top of that. That way you have the tape. The tape's good with the gauze without taking up all the room that you would need for a roll of tape.
Toys. Sorry about the dogs.
So, and then you can just close it up and stick in your book bag, or you know, in the glove box of the car if you get stranded in the car or anything like that. So that's it for the medium-sized.
I did want to say something about the tape real quick. This also, if you get you can find the paper tape at the Dollar Tree, and it doesn't have the same adhesive as Band-Aids or regular medical tape. It's for sensitive skin, so also it doesn't give you that rash if you have that sensitivity. Next up, we're going to light some things on fire. Okay, so I'm going to show you regular paper versus wax paper, covered paper. Now, I think they both burn similar. I just feel like the wax one ignites a little bit better. And maybe burns a little harder and faster. I think you should have both. I prefer having both. And I know wax isn't great for the environment, but in a survival situation, it's kind of like, sorry. So you could, if you can't see it, I'll pull it out. This is what's left of the paper, regular paper. So let's try this wax one. Woo! You see that flame? Dang! Can you see that? Oh, I caught the other paper on fire. It's that one over there. And there's not very much left. It's still going. Yeah. See how big that flame was? I'm going to do that. It's still going, though. Look. It's still going. See? Down there? It actually burned longer than the other one. I'm surprised. So let's do the last wax one. Dang! Big flame. Pretty enough for some heat, too. Probably not good that we're breathing in the wax fumes, but still going. Anyways, that's how the two different ones burned. These were the same type of paper, just one was covered with wax, one wasn't. I just wanted to show you that I'm not saying one's better than the other. I like having both of them. So, hope you enjoyed this little demonstration. Okay, so next we're going to do kind of a fun activity. And we're going to make a minnow trap out of a 2-liter bottle as part of a medium-ish, maybe large, I don't know, survival kit. So you need a 2-liter bottle for the minnow trap. I don't know if you can see it. 2-liter bottle. Hole punch. Something to cut your bottle with. I'm using a razor blade knife. Box cutter. A carabiner. And some kind of rope-ish twine stuff. I think that's it. Yes. Okie dokie. So I pre-cut mine, and I was just using clear bottles, but my husband has a green one just to show you how to do it with that style of a bottle, because there are 2 different style of bottles. So you basically, if you're using this style of bottle, you want to cut it just a little bit past where the cone part stops. Okay.
Basically just right where the label was?
Yeah, basically where the label is. Mine's a little bit back because I wanted that flat surface right here. I'll show you why. Okay, so all you have to do is invert this. I might actually cut mine. Oh, there we go. So you really want to kind of smash this style is a little bit harder than that style, obviously. Okay, so once you get it, in there flat, you're going to take your hole punch and you want to put 2 punches, the full length of the hole punch. Oh, muscles. A little tough to do. On about the same spots on either side. Ah! Okie dokie. I hope this fits. One side, you're going to take your, I always can't say this.
Carabiner.
Beaner. And thread it together if it fits. Well, that does it fit. Might be too big. Yeah, that's too big. You get it?
I did now.
Okay, so I'm going to put another hole punch just because that carabiner is too big. So I want, I'm losing hole punches. There we go. Okie dokie. Come on, fit in there. There we go. So you want to put just like that. Yep. Show you why in a minute. Then you get your string, whatever string you're using. There's your string. And cut cut you a piece of paper using that stuff. He's going to be using
parachute cord.
Yeah. And you're just going to tie it really good on one side. And you probably want a smaller one than this, just FYI, like his. And then you tie the other one to your clip. Stay up. Now, if you're not using this in a survival kit, you actually don't need the clip. It plays an important role in putting this in a survival kit or an emergency kit or whatever. So, as you can see, you need quite a bit of string, and this is to like help, you know, pull it out of the water or to secure it like off to the side. Yeah, you're supposed to put this, you know, kind of down in the water around, you know, and secure it with a few rocks and stuff, but this is just a backup. So it's important to have this before you can take that off easily and slide out this part easily. See that? Yeah. And it goes right back in there. Pretty nifty. All you have to do is clip your clip back on. You have a whole new thing. So, I am using a bag to put mine in. And there's Donovan's with his 550 cord. I'm using this bag to put mine in. You can use just a plastic bag. This might be actually too big for this. I think it is. Anyways, I want to have a different bag for this for it's, you know, sealed. So I'm just using this is too big, this bag's too big. Will yours fit in it? Since yours is a little bit bigger. Or is it too big for yours too? Too big? Anyways, we got two big bags, but you can put your stuff inside of it. And if you're planning on doing that, I would suggest getting some duct tape and putting it around the edges, just carrying your stuff in to make it a little bit more waterproof, and then take it off before you use it for minnows, of course. And you can just put all kinds of stuff in it. You know, just your normal stuff, flashlight. You probably don't need that much fishing line, but I don't think that's a tip with the fishing line. Maybe a little bit more organized than Donovan's doing it.
I'm just showing an example of something you could do.
I wouldn't put the fishing line in it. But anyways, yeah, something like that. You can shove the stuff down in there, you know, put the lid back on this part.
And have a strap for it to carry it around.
I'm not going to fill this. Basically, just put the same stuff that we were talking about in the other ones. And then I would say put it in a plastic bag or put a plastic bag inside of it. That way, once you're using the minnow trap, you have something to put all your other stuff in to keep it nice and dry. Or find a bag like this that will fit it better. You could use this bag. I just would want one that fit it a little bit better. But yeah. Oh, an important thing that you must put in here if you're going to use the portable minnow trap. And yeah, you can use, you know, you can, before I get to that point, you can use like metal minnow traps, but these are so lightweight, like so lightweight. And you know, you can catch crawdads or minnows with them. I will say you know, yeah, you can't really. Nice, Donovan. You can't really. You can't really survive off minnows, but you can use them as bait. Yeah, and if you really need to survive off minnows, you can. And crawdads, but they're good bait as well. I personally can't eat crawdads because I'm allergic to shellfish.
But I can.
But if you need to eat minnows, you can eat minnows. It's just a good tool to have or know how to make in case of, you know, you need that bait. But anyways, if you use this as part of your survival kit, and I think you can fill this whole area up in here, put in a plastic bag or in a little sack like this, and that's quite a bit of space to put stuff in. But make sure you put crackers in your survival kit with these. That way you have some bait to catch the minnows. And if you get desperate, you have crackers. But they like crackers, so put some crackers in your kit as well. But I just wanted to show you how to make a minnow trap out of a 2-liter bottle that you could incorporate into a survival kit if you wanted to. That was lightweight. Like, is this going to be like the sturdiest thing ever? No. But it might work in a pinch. And why not have it? I mean, right? It doesn't weigh anything. So, anyways, those are our survival kits. Or, not really survival kits. I keep saying that. Emergency kit. Slash, sort of, a little bit. Tiny. Oh, I wanted to show you this cool flashlight. Okay, so we actually let this flashlight die to see if this actually works. And it does. To charge it. See? Ooh, it's a good flashlight. And we got it at the Dollar Tree for $1. We like it a lot. And it doesn't use any batteries. You just, you know, do that thing. Whatever that's called. Push it.
Squeeze.
Squeeze it. You squeeze it. Squeeze for the power. Is there anything else you wanted to show?
No, that's...
Okay. So, thank you for watching. I know this video is going to be super long. And hope you enjoyed this video. We're not really experts when it comes to this kind of stuff. But we try to be prepared. You know, we try our best. We think about it a lot. Think about what we could add to our kits. We might not have some of the fanciest stuff. But I think we're more like everyday, live off the land type.
And a lot of this stuff, like
survival.
To make this, as long as you had a knife with you, you can find plastic bottles anywhere, even if you don't have it. It's good information to know.
Yeah. And like, you know, if you don't have to have this long string on there. You know, you could probably freaking tape these together or use anything to hold them together. Actually, you don't even need to do that. You can shove this part so far down in there that it just stays in there. So, yeah, it's very good information to know. We're more of cheap preparedness, I guess.
Information.
We like, that's our thing. We like learning information about stuff. Because we're resourceful, I think.
So if you want to learn with us, don't forget to like this video so we can show you some more like it.
And subscribe to our channel. And yeah, do that.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching, and remember to live well and live frugal.